Welcome to Manifestation Nation. My name is David, and this is where we come to tame our demons and get on the path to our highest and best selves. Now, let's talk about assumption. There is a universal law of assumption, and you know I love my universal laws, just like the law of polarity, the law of attraction, the law of detachment, the law of karma. All these laws are true, and the law of assuming is true too. Because once we assume something, that assumption becomes truth, doesn't it? Have you ever noticed, just like the old saying goes, hope for the best, prepare for the worst? How often does the worst actually happen? Because we have prepared for it. We have put our focus on it. We have assumed that the worst is going to happen. We've had great expectations to hope for the best. But there is a difference between expectation and assumption. Now, hit like and subscribe if you're feeling this. So, how can we flip that script in our own little heads so that we can get on a path to assuming the best situation? Not just having great expectations, but to assume that those expectations are on their way, even happening for us right now. Because remember, if we assume it, it will be true. And the big difference is, once we assume something, we let that go. When we expect something, when we have an expectation of some outcome, remember the law of detachment, if we are focusing on an outcome and we are continuing to push and chase and hope that that expectation is going to happen, what happens? We just keep pushing it away. Whereas when we assume or we detach, just like with the law of detachment, once we've assumed, it becomes true and we forget about it, and it happens. Because we have detached from that outcome and we have allowed it to happen. So, instead of assuming the worst, instead of preparing for the worst, let's start assuming the best case scenario. Let's set our expectations. Let's practice our affirmations, our positivity, exactly the best qualities of us and what we love about ourselves, what we love about our partner, what we love about our circumstances. Let's set our affirmations high so that we can have those great expectations of what we want to bring into our life. But then let's not go onto the other side and assume the worst. Let's keep our assumptions in line, parallel to our expectations. Because when our expectations and our assumptions are in line, don't you think that's when the law of attraction really starts to take work? Because that is when we can visualize the best case scenario. We can feel those good things that we want to bring into our life happening for us. We can visualize and we can see it. We know that it's happened for other people, so we know that it's possible for us. We just need to do the right thing. And the right thing starts in there. It starts with us allowing that to happen. It starts with us flipping from that negative part of the axle. Remember the law of polarity. Everything, we want love, we've got to recognize there's also hate, but we need to get away from that hate, that assumption of hate and confrontation and arguments and bitterness. We need to get away from that part of the axle. We need to get to the positive side so that we can assume that love is going to happen, that we can assume that that promotion is going to come to us, that we can assume that we're going to have that dream holiday. We need to assume that things are going to go right for us. Because let's be honest, when we assume that things are going to go wrong, they always do. So let's experiment. Let's see. Manifestation Nation, leave comments. Let's discuss this. Has anyone even tried this before, to assume the best? I know it's going to be hard work for all of us to do. But remember, we are an army. And this is a war on mental health, and we are going to win this war. And that's me assuming that we're going to win this war, and that's going to be true. So let's get this done. Manifestation Nation, remember to like, comment, share, get this content going. Give it to anyone that you feel that it can help. And I'll see you all soon.